Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of your show. That's right, the Kickout Crew. God dang, I did it again. It's the Kickout Crew, ladies and gentlemen, and we are a video version exclusively on Premier Streaming Network.
James is so excited he can't even get the words out right.
Exactly, messed up your show's name. But hey, that tells you how much fun we're ready to have on this exciting episode. Want to thank everybody for last week's episode. Really enjoyed it. It was our first one video version on Premier Streaming Network. So if you haven't seen that, well, I guess you need to sign up on Premier Streaming Network and watch it for yourself. That being said, welcome everybody to the new episode. Glad to see Mike back in attendance. But we'll get to that a little later on. It's time to get it rolling with Brad. So Brad, what you got for us this week?
So a little rant and Stanton. Wait a minute. Good day, mate. So I recently went to McDonald's drive-thru for a coffee, which cost Australian $5.35. As I get to the window straight away, the girl who was about 16 years old holds out the PayWave machine and says, and her face drastically changes when I hand her 4 coins, totaling Australian $5.50. As she took them, I could see the panic in her eyes, and for 30 seconds proceeded to attempt to add up the coins. She eventually said, "Thank you, drive through." She had assumed I had given her exact total, and it was obviously way too hard for her to count them correctly and give me 15 cents change. Needless to say, I didn't bother asking her for change, but a clear example of how reliant the younger generation are over technology. Rant over. That's not a knife. That's a knife. Thank you, Ben Jones, for that. Asked if I was taking submissions.
Nice. I like that. And that's Ben Jones from the Zip Code Bros.
Why do I even look at the outline at the beginning? Because it's always the same. Intro, then Brad. Intro, Brad. Intro, Brad. So what's the point of even looking at the outline?
Look out next week, because now it's not going to be.
Well, it's going to be Brad than intro?
Second thing, as everybody knows, I bought my wife the cow cuddling package. So I would imagine most of you out there are not Facebook friends with me, so you wouldn't know and you didn't see the pictures. So the cow cuddling was last weekend. We went there. We sat down with Russ and Daisy. We did it for a half hour. Now, when you find out and you're paying and you say 4 to 4:30, it doesn't sound like much, does it? But when you actually go and you sit with a cow for 30 minutes, it is an eternity. I promise you, it is an eternity. How long do you pet your dog? Do you pet your dog for 30 minutes? You do not. There's an old Seinfeld episode where George hits a squirrel with the car, and he saves the squirrel, and he's at the vet, and the doctor, while the squirrel is laid up in the back, says, "You have 30 minutes." What in the world do you talk about for 30 minutes? What do you do with a cow for 30 minutes? What do you do with a squirrel for 30 minutes? 30 minutes is plenty of time, especially when you're getting eaten alive by flies, ants, and mosquitoes. But my wife did have a good time doing it. Now, Russ and Daisy were rescued. Now, when you think of rescued when it comes to animals, you think of abuse. You think of on the streets. No, they were rescued from the slaughterhouse. Now, again, why were they chosen to be rescued from the slaughterhouse? This isn't something like, that's what cows do. They go to the slaughterhouse or they get milked. But there's no in between. So wait a minute. Like, why did Russ and Daisy get out? Why were they rescued? Was some guy run in and say, "Russ, Daisy, let's go," and they got him out of there? There's no rescuing. We eat cows. We eat beef. I don't understand but I was afraid to ask. I'm going to tell you that right now.
You think they were leaving and turned around and was like, "See you, motherfuckers."
Just so funny to me. Rescued from the slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouses are legal. Okay. I mean, listen, I know there's your vegans out there, your vegetarians out there, but for the most part, I mean, animals are made for food, right? So just a little,
taking a hard stance on this one, Brad.
It just made me laugh. And I'm looking at her like, rescued from the slaughterhouse. Okay. Interesting. But that's all I have this week. It was a good time. My wife had a fun time, even though we got eaten alive. But it was something different to do. So that's all I got.
At least the cows didn't.
All right, so Mike, you can tell that Brad's up north because down here in the south, you ain't got to pay to go lay tip cows or whatever. There's so many cows down here, you can do that for free. So
exactly.
I don't know what the funnier part is, the fact that you remember their names and the fact that you pay to actually meet them to learn their names.
Now you reminded me of something else to do that I did. I did get and I know you guys know this, I did get my WrestleMania tickets. And I know you guys all said,
Scrooge McDuck over here just swimming in the cash.
let me tell you something. I don't know. I might be not going on vacation next year because of these tickets. My goodness is all I have to say.
Buddy, you
Brad-
mentioned that.
Brad had such a good time at the cow hugging or whatever that he got the tattoos on his arm. He got the cow's names on his arm.
Russ and Daisy, original
Yes,
though.
yes.
What were you gonna say there, James?
I recall someone, I'm not going to spend that type of money. I'll just wait till they go on sale.
Yeah, I got itchy. I got itchy for it.
How about that?
I got itchy and I just did it. I'm in section 116, which is not on the floor. Okay. It is not on the field. I mean, it's not a terrible seat. It's a good seat, but it's not the best seat, but that's it. And that was way too much. So I had to remortgage my house, and the wife's dealing with it, and she's, she had to sell a couple things on the side, but no big deal. Back to you, James.
Savewithconrad.com. There you go.
Yeah, you're like what, 20 minutes from
Not far at all. Not far at all. We're a suburb of Philadelphia, so yeah. And hopefully that
right.
And I think he's gonna win. So we'll see. Back to you, James, for the third time.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna move on over to Devyn. So Devyn, what you got for us this week?
Well, that was a great transition, James. But first off, I gotta start with a Nitro Pepsi.
Oh shit.
All right. So the other night, me and my fiance Erica, we were watching the game event here on Premier Streaming Network with Efren. And then after that, we watched one of our favorite game shows, The Family Feud. And it really got me thinking. I want to give some Family Feud questions to you guys and see if you could come up with the answers.
Now, do I have to hit a buzzer?
No, you guys can just like.
So we have to yell out ahead of each other?
No, just pick who's gonna go first and go in order.
No, meat potato salad.
I give the price without going over. Is that what I do?
All right, I pick Adam.
All right, Adam's first.
You gotta play the jingle too.
All right, this question's gonna be for all of you guys, and just once you get 3 strikes, that's me the end of the round. We'll have 3 rounds. So, first question: name something that shakes, rattles, and rolls.
Shake and bake, baby.
Honky tonk man.
Fuck.
The honky tonk man. Nope, not there.
Oh, what about Road Dog?
Are you just going to answer questions? Is that just going to take your turn?
No, but that was his move.
That is strike 2.
So we have 2 strikes already.
Is that you and Erica on a Wednesday night?
Hey-o.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with a baby.
Baby's not there either. You guys really aren't that great at this.
I'm really good at Family Feud. You're stuck at asking questions.
So the question was name
100
something
people you
that
surveyed
shakes,
suck.
rattles, and rolls.
What is? I'm sorry, I didn't.
This ain't Jeopardy. You're good.
What is the honky tonk man?
That's a good question, Adam.
All right, so the answers were an old car, a rattle or a toy, a rattlesnake.
The rattle was any answer with 2 of those? Rattlesnake and no, that's breaking the rules right near the pyramid game. The pyramid game would not allow that.
Could have just said a Ford Escort. It does all those noises.
Dancers and dice.
What kind? Oh, dice. Okay.
All right, I don't know how many we're gonna get through. So here's round number 2.
Who's up?
James. He's the only one that hasn't guessed.
I'll take dumb questions for 400, Alex.
Here's the question: name a weather condition that would be a good name for a wrestler.
Hurricane.
Hurricane, number 4.
What is stormy winds?
I see the easy one.
Yeah, that was easy.
Well,
I got
Adam's
a good
up
answer.
next.
Typhoon.
Dude, you get 1. You get 1, pal.
Oh. Good
ahead,
answer. Good answer.
What is the stormy blizzard?
No, that's an X. I'm sorry, brother.
What is
I hate
earthquake?
Earthquake is not there either.
What?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
All
I'm gonna
right,
go
Brad.
with
There's 2 strikes. Want me to repeat the
the
question?
tornado.
Slight rain.
Texas tornado.
The
Drizzle.
tornado is
Who
number
the drizzle?
1.
That's an
Number
Aqua Teen shout
one.
out. What
All
was
right,
number
so
one?
the tornado.
Oh,
So there's still 3 more answers that you could guess. James, you're up.
The drizzle. Who is the drizzle?
No,
Shout out
that-
Aqua Teen. Make
That's
the
the
homies say
third
ho
strike.
and the girlies want to scream.
who's up?
all right. So that's your 3rd strike.
Oh,
The
thunder,
answers for this one:
lightning.
Lightning McQueen.
Thunder was number 3. Stormy or storm was
Stormy.
number 2,
Stormy.
and tsunami was number 5.
Tsunami.
Sunny.
I thought
Who in the fuck
Stormy
is
was
Tsunami?
the I thought she never mind.
Tell me what WrestleMania Tsunami was in.
I just asked the questions here.
I'm just asking the questions.
Round
Okay.
3. Let's do it.
All right, the 3rd and final round.
I'll take dumbass questions for 600, Alex.
Name a kind of hoop.
JD Hoop.
JD. Our
Fucking
boy.
A.
Yeah.
Shout out JD Hoop for all the help that he's been giving us.
Yes,
Right,
sir.
Mike?
Real.
Shout
I
out
would
to
say he's
JD Hoop.
kick out crew for life.
That's a transition right there, folks.
I'm not giving you guys a strike for that question or for
All
that
right,
answer.
basketball.
All right, good answer. That's on there.
Basketball.
We're at on there. That's not one.
No, that's number 2.
Oh,
What?
All right. So name a kind of hoop.
hula hoop.
That's number 1.
Good answer. Good answer.
Hula hoop, basketball hoop, JD hoop, and
I am that hoop. He's cool too.
All right, the last 2 were earring hoop and embroidery hoop.
why didn't I get embroidery hoop?
Oh,
I get it was on the tip of my tongue.
is
At
it
least everybody-
embroidery? Is that or
At
Whatever.
least everybody listening can tell who has the most time to waste during the week, and I think we know who that is.
Was that me? or
All
you?
right, all right.
we definitely know who's
Embroidery hoop.
engaged in this one. Hey, honey.
Want to watch Family
Well, an
Feud?
earring hoop, babe.
I literally watched Family Feud before I was coming up here. I was.
Like,
downstairs
are
watching
the 100
Family
people
Feud.
surveyed Erica?
Dude, there is a Price is Right 24-hour a day TV channel. I've been watching 24 hours a day. Price is Right
And you're
From the
critiquing
80s.
Family Feud.
from the 80s.
All right, thanks for participating in that. I just thought it'd be fun to get some questions, get you
It
guys'
was
opinion on
fun.
stuff.
Yeah, fuck off.
But if you want to watch some more game shows, definitely check out the game event with Efren. Only here on the Premier Streaming Network.
Wednesdays at
Yeah.
9, right? Okay.
Yeah.
to you, James.
Come on down. All right, I guess it's time for today's agenda. So, Brad, what is today's agenda?
So we had to pivot this week. Everybody knows we made an announcement last week that we were gonna have a guest on. Unfortunately, just because scheduling just didn't work out, we had to make a pivot. So because Payback is on the horizon, we decided to do two Fastlane matches.
Makes sense to me.
Because the reason is I forgot that it was Payback and not Fastlane, or Fastlane, not whatever. The point is this: the matches were already picked, we already watched them, and then we realized it. Back to you, James.
All right. I was thinking it was just because we had to fast lane these matches, but
That's a great. I would have been a better answer, huh?
it would have. So, are we ready for match 1?
Man, I tell you, I've been ready.
Well, hey, let's cue it up. It is Charlotte Flair versus Brie Bella. Huh?
There they
Is,
are.
for the WWE Divas Championship from Fastlane 2016. It took place February 21st of 2016. And there's the men's main event. And shout out Eva Maria.
Hell yeah.
And it took place February 21st, 2016 from the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. It had an attendance of 14,000. It had a match length of 12 minutes and 26 seconds. And Meltzer, ya boy, he gave this 2 3/4 stars. But hey, that's the match. Devyn, how did we get there?
So at least this match has a great story. It all started back at WrestleMania 30 when Daniel Bryan, Brie Bella's husband, won the World Heavyweight and WWE Championships.
What was
Shortly
this
after,
Oh yes! Oh yes!
Hello.
All right.
shortly after, unfortunately, Daniel Bryan would have to relinquish those titles and go down with injury. Then Nikki Bella, Brie Bella's sister, in the middle of her extremely long, like 350 something day title run, she ends up breaking her neck in a match against Charlotte. And Charlotte wins the Divas Championship. So Brie Bella wants to pick up all the momentum and all the motivation from the fans and pick up everything behind her and get back her sister's Divas Championship and carry on the Yes movement for her husband, Daniel Bryan. That's pretty much how we got here.
Yes. So Devyn, I'm going to go right back to you. Did you like how personal they made this?
Absolutely. I think it made it a great story.
I couldn't agree more. I really felt like, even though, I remember watching this at the time, but you forget over time, and how personal this was and all the backstory was really something, especially with Rick being out there as well. So Brie enters to, what's that?
Brie Bella always gets put in these good storylines because she had that good one with Stephanie McMahon, remember?
Yeah, she definitely
They were
did.
trying to fire her husband.
And you can watch that on Rivals on WWE, the A&E special.
She was in some great storylines.
Mm-hmm. So Brie enters to Yes Chance. Mike, do you like the Bellas in this babyface role, or are they heels for life?
No, I think they were good as babyface. I mean, look at them.
Wow.
They got, I mean,
no problem.
And wasn't this time around they were doing like the Total Divas and everything?
I believe the Total Divas went on for a number of years, and this was part of it. Yeah.
So I mean, you got them on that TV show. You want them to come and watch that one. I think they were good as babyface.
Yeah, I think they went good either way. You're absolutely right. Charlotte's entrance with Ric Flair. Is it just me, Adam, or does Ric Flair look happier than a dog with 2 Peters?
More like a dog with 3 Peters, but I mean, he's cheesing pretty good.
He definitely is. James, you want to let me know who the announcers are today?
Boy, Brad, I'm glad you asked. It is Michael Cole, John Bradshaw Layfield, and Byron Saxton.
Byron Saxton, baby. Just saw him the other day. Looks fantastic.
So to go back to what Michael said, what Mike said, Total Divas was July 28th, 2013 to December of 2019.
There it is. And this is 2016 or 17, right?
It's 2016.
Correct.
I didn't realize it was on that long.
Yeah, it was a popular show, and it was actually Devyn's favorite show. But we're going to get into that a little later.
And then even after that, they had the spinoff, the Total Bellas.
Oh, Total Bella. That's right. That's what I'm thinking of.
Pretty sure my dad DVR'd both. Shout out.
Shout out, Randy.
So, Devyn, Charlotte is a 15 or 6. I can't even keep up anymore. 15 or 16 time champ at this point now. Not here, but now. And she's still pretty young. What's next for her? What's next for her to accomplish? And did they maybe give her too many championships too fast?
Yeah, I feel like Charlotte should have had a few more longer championship runs to stretch some of those out. There's definitely been ones where she's lost it and within a month she wins it back. At this point, she was already a 5-time world champion. She'd only been on the main roster for, it was like 18 months or something like that. It was ridiculous how quick she was being thrown to the top. Now, I don't know. I think Charlotte just needs, 2 more, and then she passes her father's record?
Yeah.
1 more?
I think it's one more. What is
that?
Yeah,
I feel like that's what's next.
I feel like her title reigns last about as long as her marriages do.
Hey-o.
Yeah, he's been Devyn, since the minute you said hello on that. He was ready to say that. My goodness, he's up there with the finger. So hold on a second, Adam. Though there's a leg submission scissors hold by Charlotte. What do you call that? Like with that the legs around the neck. What is that called, real quick?
Leg scissors.
Okay, just making sure I had it right, because God forbid I get it wrong. Right. Brie Bella fireman's carry into the armbar. Woo chance, but there was no chop, so a little premature on that one. Arm drag by Brie. She woos, walking just like Rick with the strut. Mike, what did you think of Rick's reaction to when he saw Brie Bella doing his strut?
Oh, he's playing the heel. Like, he's just all pissed off. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're disrespecting me. And I mean, he's just playing the heel up right there.
I thought his facials were fantastic.
But was that really just like his strut? Because it looked a little.
Yeah, no, well,
You know who's healing right now?
He did it for
Freaking
80
Adam.
plus years, so he kind of has it perfect.
You ever seen the I Can't Dance video by Genesis? That's what it reminded me of. I can't dance.
So yes kicks by Brie. What that is the kicks that Daniel Bryan used to do. Well,
Yes.
first there was a snapback by Brie, which is Nikki's move, and then the yes kicks by Brie, which was Daniel's move. So Brie falls hard out of the ring. Charlotte yes chance now, so she's doing it. Adam, are they trying to like? What'd I do?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to
okay.
mention that on commentary they mentioned Brie Bella wearing Daniel Bryan his kick pads, and Corey, I believe it was Corey, my bad, Byron, that said it was talking about Daniel Bryan's WrestleMania 30, because those are the knee pads from WrestleMania 30. It was the most incredible moment in Mania history.
Yeah, I'll give it. I'm up. It's up there. So, I wanted to ask you, Adam, how is this too personal, and are they doing some real life crossover here with what's going on in their lives?
No, I don't think it's too personal, because I mean, the women are trying to do something extra to kind of get some of the limelight, because they were still trying to cement their spot on Raw, SmackDown, the pay-per-views. So let's make it a little bit more realistic. That way we stick out just a little bit more than the guys do.
Got it.
So I think they did perfect.
James, now you're a production guy. You always notice the sets and everything like that. So I was going to ask you this particular question: does everybody seem overly mic'd up in this match?
Yeah, because is that because the crowd is kind of a like lull at very long moments of this match?
Well, that will come up too. Yeah. So I just feel like we hear everything they're saying. Do you notice that?
Yeah, but I think it's because the crowd is pretty much sitting on their hands for a lot of the match.
Okay. I know you notice things like that. That's why I always like to go to you with that kind of stuff. You notice the little things. Roll up by Brie, kick out, Charlotte clothesline. I didn't mean a damn thing by it, Adam. Devyn, why isn't the crowd into this at all?
I honestly am not sure. I was into it. Erica was sitting right next to me and she was into it. So I don't know. I didn't pay too much attention to the crowd, honestly.
How can you
I
not?
don't think you just gel. I don't think they just they didn't have the chemistry. Like, you got your people that can, no matter what kind of match it is, they work great together. And these two can, no matter what they do, it can be a good match, but it won't be a great match.
See, I disagree with you, and I'm going to get to some of my notes on that. I think this is a very physical match. But
what was the previous match?
That's a good question.
Because I wonder if this was their. I mean, the story. I thought the story was decent, but this may have been a let me up thing.
I think the story was better than what the match was.
The match before this was a 6-man. Big Show, Kane, Ryback beat the Wyatt family.
Oh yeah.
But the match after this was AJ Styles and Chris Jericho. So that might have been what they were waiting on.
So maybe this was like a let me up match.
Man, it's pretty physical let me up match. But Devyn, she's doing this for Daniel. She's doing this for Brie. Do you think she lives in her sister's shadow? Brie, live in Nikki's shadow? Pronouns?
In the WWE's, I 100% think that, because Nikki's the one that's had all the title runs. Nikki had the longest Divas run ever. Like, Nikki was given all this extra stuff, where Brie was kind of the one that, wasn't. She was known as Nikki's sister.
Right.
So yeah.
Or Daniel Bryan's wife.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, here's my question: you think it's because who Nikki was with?
No, I don't think that. I think
I think Brie was a better wrestler than what Nikki was.
Well, Nikki, I think there's two reasons why everybody liked her better than Brie. Um,
yeah,
I
I know
can't
what
think
you
of
mean.
it, but yeah, I think it had a
Yeah,
lot to do with it.
it's been mentioned on the show before. Actually, Amy V called me right out on it. Amy Vaughn. So knees to the back of Brie. Mike, how do you like? So this is the Divas time, and Devyn, you put this in your notes as well. But I'm going to Mike on this. What did you think of the Divas belt?
It was. I didn't like it as much as like the women's title. I think they put them. I thought it brought them down a notch
Yeah,
when they deserve to be up more. I think calling them divas like that, wasn't making them wrestlers or superstars. It was making them, you know, what a diva was.
maybe a Barbie persona.
Right.
Right, I agree. Adam, how's the pacing of this match?
It's not too bad. I mean, you can tell they're kind of rushed a little bit because some of the moves that they do, they don't let it kind of sit and settle.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of tell that they rushed through some of the stuff, but I guarantee you they had it in their ear. Okay, we're going to give y'all 12 minutes. We're going to cut it down to 8. That means walking out, walking back, you got 4. And plus, we've already had one women's match tonight, so let's get it out and get it done.
The match wrestling looks legit, but again, the crowd's very quiet. Submission applied by Charlotte, very cocky facials. Charlotte with a unique offense, flipping Brie around the ring with her legs on the ground. Charlotte's athleticism's off the chart, isn't it, James?
I believe so. And this was pretty much like right before she became like, the baddest bitch on the block type of thing. Because there for a while, from probably, what would you say, like 2017 to about 2019, everybody was saying that she was like better than all the men too, that she was the best. So this is like right on the cusp of that.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking about having her wrestle Randy Orton, maybe. So
Yeah.
You don't know the name of that move where she was flipping her over?
Yeah, what was that called?
Oh, I don't know. I was asking you. I didn't. I don't know.
That's why I was very descriptive about it, because I honestly I don't think I've seen it since.
It's like a head
I mean,
scissors wheelbarrow flip or something.
it was
like
unbelievable, really unbelievable. So drop toe hold by Brie, and then she yells Brie mode. Running knee by Brie, which is again call out to Daniel Bryan.
Oh,
Forearms,
yeah.
forearms by Brie. Cover out at 2. They were really hard forearms as well. I put here, and I do think she was hitting pretty legit. Chops by Charlotte, and then you know what happens. Neck breaker by Charlotte. Roll up by Brie, though. Boot to the face by Charlotte. Drop kick out of the ring by Brie. Devyn, this is physically a good match, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Both women are laying it in there. They're trying to make it really shown that like they're not just the Divas division anymore. They are women's wrestlers. Like they are here to put their mark on this match, and I feel like the WWE appreciated that too and gave them the time.
So, Mike, it's funny that you're the one that kind of thought they didn't have chemistry, because I'm coming to you on this question now. So, what's missing then if the physicality is there?
The chemistry. I mean, and I don't want to say they're from like 2 different eras, but they are kind of from 2 different eras. Because if you think about it, I mean,
they are. No, you're right.
Brie didn't. She came up like I think they had a thing where she was like a soccer player, this and that, and everything else, and they were more like the eye candy of WWE for a long time, and then became wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte Flair kind of grew up in the business.
It's funny you say that, though. If you watch the Brie Bella, the documentary on the Bellas, they make it sound like they were tomboys and when they came in, and they weren't dressed like.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they said they played volleyball and soccer and stuff like that, and then wrestling just kind of fell in their lap.
Yeah, well,
Charlotte,
go ahead, man.
Charlotte had Ric Flair. I mean, she's Charlotte Flair. I mean, so she's gonna go out there. She has to be 110%, on game to have that Flair name. It's going to be, and you can't go back on it. And so, I mean, we get a bunch of them that come in that are 2nd or 3rd generations that are not there, and we don't see them.
Well, she's better than Ric Flair. We know that.
And
I mean, at least with the physicality, or at least with the techniques.
Who is it that
and with
says?
her saying she did not want to be a wrestler, growing up, and her becoming what she is now just shows like her athletics that she can do and come out in it.
Who is it that says that whenever she's in a match, that she has wrestled down to her opponent rather than her opponent wrestling up to Charlotte Flair's standard?
And I agree. I can see that.
Is that what you're talking about, Mike? Maybe Charlotte had to
Yeah,
kind of
I think
wrestle down
just,
to Brie's standard?
yeah, I just think she's so good at it. You know, I mean, it's just one of those things. It came natural to her. She didn't want to do it. She didn't train her life for it. She did it, and it came natural.
Well, Brie Bella didn't have anybody like
So
Charlotte.
good at it that
She
she
didn't have
even
anybody
now,
like Charlotte to wrestle, though.
right? But even now,
everybody the Bella twins had to wrestle.
Down to make a good match with somebody because she'll just blow them out of the water.
You know, Bully Ray says that all the time about Charlotte. She doesn't have anybody to wrestle up to. That's a good point.
That's it,
So-
Bully. That's who says it.
Yeah. I do listen to a lot of Busted Open. Shout out Sirius Radio. Brie drop kick off the top. She hurt herself here, injured her leg, but then she starts right back with the yes kicks, and then face first to Charlotte, kick out at 2. Now the crowd is finally getting into it. Sorry guys, I thought there was no more pages. Adam, if these two faced each other today, how would the crowd be?
I didn't see much crowd participation.
No, I mean if it was 2023, what do you think would happen?
Well, right here I heard a bunch of what do they throw in? What do they call it now? Where they just throw in the crowd noise?
Piped up noise.
Yeah, pop it in. Yeah, it feels like that's what they did here.
But do you think if they were around today that it would get a bigger reaction?
Oh yeah, because it's like a nostalgia deal for Brie Bella.
I agree. Yeah.
Kind of like how Trish is doing now.
So we have a yes lock by Brie into a single leg crab. Rick is beside himself, pulling hard. Somehow though, like I feel like this is really locked in.
Wait, but can I time out real quick? Because I had a question. I had it in my notes on here. There was a point where they were like in the corner doing something, but Charlotte has a little cut on her arm, and the ref puts his gloves on. Is that something they should do, like with like a little amount of blood like that, like just a little cut on their arm? Like Adam, with you being the ref,
it's probably a requirement at the time.
She had a small cut right there on her eye. Right here.
Was it on her eye? Was that just from her shoulder that got on her eye? Because when she wiped it,
because that referee kept trying to poke Charlotte in the face, trying to show Charlotte where it was.
Yeah, I seen it. See him kind of wiping his nose to her, and then she does, and it's gone. But you can tell she has like a little cut on her arm. You know, and I understand like if they're bleeding, putting your gloves on. But if you have like a little scrape or something like that, I mean, is it required for referees?
I would say it's probably required.
It looked like
but why do the referees do it and not the other wrestlers?
I don't know, but that would be ridiculous if the wrestlers put gloves on in the middle of the match. But
I know, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they're right there. It's not like the ref is touching them really. It's, and that was more a question for Adam. Like, is that something as a ref? Why do they have to put the gloves on like that?
Well, we'll see. Right here, I don't understand why, because it looked like maybe a fingernail might have scraped her nose or something, and it looked like the referee was trying to wipe it off for her. But not like you throw in a John Moxley deal where he bleeds every time he blinks.
Right.
Every opponent should come out with rubber gloves on already.
My goodness.
You might have a thing, with Abdullah the Butcher, where sometimes stuff gets passed around. You never know.
Right. So again, I was saying though, like she's pretty locked into this crab. It looks like a finisher and it looks like it's going to happen. But somehow Charlotte just counters it into a figure 8 to the slowest tap out in history of the world. Like a tap, I mean, not slow as in she didn't tap, she tapped out fast, but I mean like her hand was like just real slow. James, does this almost seem like this was a contractual thing and she was not into the finish?
Well, when the crowd was going on, you can hear Rick. Well, you can barely hear Rick being like, think about Daniel, think about Daniel, think about Nikki, think about that. And that's why her grip kind of loosened up. And then that's when Charlotte countered it. But yeah, it do you think that it was I don't know. I get what you're saying. There's got to be some reason for that tap. I just don't know what it is.
It was so lackluster.
Yeah.
It almost reminded me of when Hulk Hogan pinned Jeff Jarrett with the foot. I mean, obviously not that extreme, but it was intentional. Intentionally defying.
I think she was discouraged
Wasn't this
because
one
she
of
hurt
her
her
last
knee.
matches though?
I don't know. I don't think it was. Well, I don't know. They've had like 100 last matches, haven't they?
No, I mean they. I think she had. I mean, I think she might have had like one more match, like one more official last match after this,
I don't know.
and that was like a Survivor Series or something like that.
It just seemed scripted, and obviously scripted. I know it always is, but it just seemed obviously like, okay, the match is over. This is what I'm supposed to do.
She might have for real hurt her knee, and I know a lot of times they get discouraged when they get hurt. Because like with Cabana Man last week, 2 weeks ago, you should have seen the look on his face just when he got hurt. I mean, it's discouraging. So I bet that might have something to do with it. Maybe she was legit hurt, and that messes with your mind, man.
So she taps out, and that is the match. So overall, I thought it was pretty good. I wasn't real thrilled with the ending. I wasn't real thrilled with the crowd participation, but I thought it was a physical match. I thought both competitors worked really hard. I liked it. So back to you, James.
All right. Well. So that was a decent match. Is what it is. And I guess now we're moving on down to Adam. So Adam, nice attire. What you got for us today?
Oh, I'm not ready. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, what?
Also, we recording on Thursday today. 2 days ago, I went to wrestling workouts. Like I got back in the ring, did some drills. The guy that runs Spartan Wrestling out here where I was at last Saturday, he said, "Hey man, come out to the workouts, man. Come on, get in the ring with us." So I was there Tuesday. I'll be out there again Saturday, and then next Saturday I'll be out there as well. So I'm trying to get him real good with this guy. His name is Josh O'Hagan. He does like Ireland, like an Irish type gimmick. And dude,
I had a feeling
good.
this was coming, Adam.
Dude, he knows
Ref
what he's
Adam's
talking
gonna
about.
You're gonna become wrestler Adam soon, aren't you?
Come back at 40. DDP don't know what he's talking about.
Let's do it.
But this guy's, like I said, his name is Josh O'Hagan. You can look him up. He's been all around the country. Dude knows his stuff. I mean, he's the type of trainer that looks at the little stuff. Like when you're about to lock up, he's like, well, why would you just walk up to each other and just lock up? Why would you not kind of look at each other and kind of like you're in a real fight? Like he actually takes the time, looks at the little stuff, and makes sure it makes sense before you do it. Like how often are you watching a match? They just stand up, look at each other, walk straight to each other, and throw their arms around each other's shoulders. Would you really do that in a fight if you're really trying to fight somebody? So he's real into it as far as like the little stuff like that. And it's so interesting, the stuff that he just points out. You're like, wow, that makes perfect sense. Why didn't anybody show me that earlier? So I'm really enjoying, I've been over once and I had a ball. So I'll be back over next Tuesday.
Awesome.
And then New South will come back September 2nd. Fan appreciation. So
So what do we get?
Do what?
What do we get?
You get
Fan
me?
appreciation.
Oh, I appreciate you watching the TV the show. Yeah.
Okay.
But you haven't been a fan yet.
I am a fan. I've gone to a New South show. It was good. It was combined.
It's for the fans that's going to be at that show.
Oh.
Yeah, so you don't qualify.
How do you know? I might go.
Because they don't invite people who pay to hug up with cows.
That is not true at all. I bet there's at least 10 people in that arena. There's 10 people there. At least, maybe even half the people have hug cows there.
Oh, Donnie Primetime does it just for fun. That's a shoot, brother. But I wish somebody slapped the hell out of him. God, thank you, Brandon. Thank you. That's all I gotta say about that part. But fan appreciation. September 2nd, back at the Singing River Brewery, Florence, Alabama. So and after that, I just have to post it somewhere. If you care enough, you'll go look at it. But I'm really excited about possibly getting back in the ring one day. if anything, I'll be in better shape. And then ready for football season, baby.
You know it.
Yeah, you're not wearing enough Georgia gear.
I can
You
show
have
you my
socks. You
underwear.
have sock. You beat me to it, pal.
I'll show you the underwear. I mean, I know we've got to be. Maybe 3
Yeah,
weeks
that's
ago,
one
I'd
of
have
our
showed you.
premier streaming network rules.
That's right.
None of
Yeah,
that,
3
Adam.
weeks ago, I'd have showed you.
There's 2 rules.
So you were saved by a premier streaming network. But no, man, just really excited about this wrestling stuff, man. Really getting into it. I got about 15 matches under my belt. I'm gonna have 4 or 5 more this weekend, and about 2 or 3 more next weekend.
Damn.
Getting it done, brother.
Let's go.
All right.
Oh, Paul Water Dave. Me and Cabana Man was actually on the show. So
No
make sure y'all
shit.
check that
And
out.
on time.
I was early, buddy.
Yeah. Bitch ass bitch.
The spotlight is pointed directly on you. You have an obligation to be there early. When you
What
got to
the hell
share,
bullshit is that?
but when
What
you
the
gotta share,
hell?
Bullshit is that?
but when you got to share it with some guy who hugs with cows and a couple of other buddies,
Hey, listen,
You know,
pal.
you
You're the
have
one
to
with one on
share
your
it.
roof. You had one on your roof for a while.
I can't argue that.
You can check the archives for
That's
that.
probably the one you were hooking up with.
Hey, whatever. Easy it is.
What kind of spots does she have?
Oh man.
Oh yeah, let's move on from that one.
Right. Oh, I like it. Well, good stuff, Adam. Can't wait to see where this journey takes you. And speaking of a journey,
Check out IWTV. New South 8th anniversary will be on IWTV at the end of August. So your boy will be on TV. Just wanted to-
IWTV and Premier Streaming Network, huh? Crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mike, welcome back. The floor is yours. What you got for us?
Well, first of all, I want to thank y'all for covering for me last week. You know, I had something come up, not last minute, but kind of happened last minute. Little family celebration, I'd say. So I just want to thank y'all for taking up everything for me last week. But what I want to talk about this week is what's going to drop this Sunday after this episode drops is AEW All In. So I got just a couple matches on the card, and I want to ask y'all, what do y'all think about it? Who do you think maybe who do you think will win? Whatever. The first one we have is on the pre-show, MJF, Adam Cole, baby, versus the Aussie Open for the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a really tough call.
Makes no sense.
Adam Cole's gonna cost them the match.
It's not. First off, it's gonna be on YouTube, so keep
That's
that
wrestling.
in mind. Here.
Something's gonna happen. Adam Cole's gonna
Something's
accidentally
definitely
hit MJF. He's gonna do something. Aussie's gonna win, and then that's gonna set up a little bit of heat going into the main event. This is wrestling 101.
I think Roderick's gonna get involved, and the Kingdom somehow and cost them the match because they're all in on the ROH, and Adam Cole formerly being a part of the Kingdom. There's so many stories being told in this story to me. And I don't think they're going to win the match, but I think that's my guess that Roderick Strong and the Kingdom get involved and cost them the match.
I think they're going to win.
Here's an idea. Let's book our main event people or main event match. Let's book them in another match because we ain't got enough guys to put in that spot. You know, because this is like a once in a lifetime deal. Who in the hell wants to go to London to be in an 80,000 person arena to wrestle? Let's just book our 2 guys here.
It's a story, Adam.
Sense.
It's a story, man.
WrestleMania 10 opened with Brett and Owen and closed with Brett and Yoko.
Yeah.
And this is the only pre-show match they have listed.
But they'll be more.
That's a third of the card that they have listed is this one match.
Yeah, they have a humongous card.
I love that they're calling it 0 Hour, by the way, which is the ROH.
I just feel like it could have been used by somebody else.
It's different though. It's completely different. What do you think,
It
Devin?
is different. It's
So-
definitely interesting.
Let me weigh in
All
on this one because I think that the Kingdom versus Adam Cole and MJF is the match. So I think MJF and Adam Cole are going to be the new Ring of Honor World Champs.
But
We're
then
going
what
to
does that
see the
do for the
Kingdom
main
versus.
What does that do for the main event?
It's numerous tag team champions versus each other. What about Shawn versus
Not
Shawn
the
versus
same
John
day.
Cena?
In the
Right,
same
we've never done
day?
that before either, have we?
I'm just saying. I think so.
This is unique to me. I think it's
Yeah.
very unique.
If it was on another regular show, like on another All Out or something, I'd understand it. But this is like your biggest deal, man. This
They
is
are-
something these other guys will never be able to participate in again. Let some of these other guys participate, man. Let them be a part of this show because you'll never do this show again.
Yo,
Okay.
this spot is earned, not given.
Yeah, but I think they're too hot right now to split up.
I agree.
We can ask our producer Brian. He knows. He's a big fan. I mean, they're hot. They're getting over. They're selling merch out the ass.
Oh, yeah.
Brian
they're
should done
hot,
about
100%.
everything they've already sold, put on the table. I mean,
I just feel like
why-
it could have been done in a Dynamite or something.
I think the match could have, but I don't think anybody's going to turn on anybody.
I think everybody's going to tune in for the YouTube show.
Okay.
Just
Next,
saying.
we have the AEW Tag Team Titles, FTR versus the Young Bucks.
Young Bucks go over.
You can rot in hell for that stupid remark.
Mm.
It's predetermined, Adam. The Young Bucks go over.
It's real to me, damn it.
You think?
Yes, I think so. I think this is it.
See?
I think this is. I
Right
think this
there.
is their big moment. Top guys out.
The
They
elite.
just signed a 6-year deal.
Elite.
I
Tag
don't mean
team
out,
champ.
out. I mean they're going to put them over. I mean put them over.
But if FTR loses, what's next for them?
Whatever. Keep going. What if the
Yes.
Young Bucks lose? What's up next for them? What do you mean?
They're gold. It's their
Yeah, they're going. They're
fine.
partially owners.
FTR
right.
has this momentum now.
Right.
If you cut it off,
We have the
Well,
I'm
women's.
afraid it won't
Wait,
go
wait,
well.
wait. Does everybody get to answer, Mike, or just me?
You already did. You said they went over.
So what about James? Does he have an opinion about the
I
matter?
didn't know we were doing an all-in preview show. I didn't know that we were doing this. So to keep time constraints moving forward, I'll refrain from answering every single match on the card.
I didn't do every match. I just did some of them.
For a guy that never talks, Mike has already gone about blading
things-
and blood. Now
those
we're
things
doing
are
the
over.
all-in preview.
Those
Man,
things are
you're about to
over,
make up.
James.
You're gonna make up like 45 minutes of this episode.
It took this man's
You got to
eyeball
answer or
away
not?
from
Who's
his
going to
eye.
win? Just say who's going to win.
On the women's match,
No, the tag team titles.
hopefully FTR.
Okay, thank you. Women's championship. Hikaru, is that how you say her name?
Close
Nope.
enough.
Sheeta. Sheeta. Just say Sheeta.
Yeah. Tony Storm. I'm gonna piss people off. Paige. And versus Britt Baker.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Paige doesn't win, they're making a big mistake. That would be a huge, huge
Well,
pop.
if Paige was in this match, I would go for that. But Saraya will win the match.
Whatever.
I know.
You already scared me there for a minute that she wasn't actually in the match.
Is that predetermined though?
Man, I think she.
I mean,
has
if
to
they
go.
book her to win, everybody
Yeah.
expects it.
Yeah, I still think it's a good moment. Everybody expected CM Punk to be there too.
Okay. Now we got the Sting and Darby versus Strickland
Totally
and AR Fox in the coffin match.
Come on,
Now
man.
I got a question about this one. It's
Come
a
on,
coffin
man.
match. Do they have one big coffin? You put two people in one coffin? Do they got two coffins? You only put one person in the coffin? How's this
Yeah,
going to work?
Tony, is that how do you two in the coffin or one?
Two coffins, one big
Tony says
coffin.
you'll have
I'm
to-
with Mike on this one. One
By the
By
person,
the time
one
you
coffin.
put one person in one coffin, you have to fight another 5 to 10 minutes to get the other person in the other coffin. The other one's going to come out. Just saying.
No, I'm just kidding with you on that one. I don't know.
I mean, That wasn't a you got to answer who's gonna win. It's just what the fuck's up with these rules on this one?
Sting and Darby, they're gonna win it.
Sting turns heel.
Sting, I think so too.
He's
But how
bringing
is he
the-
gonna
he's
lose
bringing
that
the
one?
Joker.
How's he gonna turn
Darby
heel and
turns heel. Darby
How?
turns heel and joins the embassy.
Okay, so is he just gonna jump in the coffin?
Yeah.
He does a coffin drop with no
It
one
would be-
there, and he loses because no one's there but him in the coffin.
It wouldn't have, we've done weirder shit.
Yeah.
Sting turns into
I mean, I
the
do like
Joker
how he's
Sting.
starting to come out with that Joker Sting. You know,
Yeah,
like he
Yeah, I
did
like
his
Joker
last
Sting.
He
What
turns
do you
into
what do you
Joker
think of all
Sting
this,
and he
Devin?
buries all of them.
Devin, you got any
He's the last
opinions?
man standing.
I think Darby and Sting. I think that we're gonna have a run in by Nick Wayne, obviously.
And
Give
he
the young
joins the
kids the
embassy.
spotlight on the. No, he's
Yes.
gonna remain by Darby's side and be that third generation,
No.
I like that,
the
Brad.
baby face everyone
This
loves.
is real life, bro.
They take Nick,
Right.
they take Nick Wayne from Darby Allin. They take everything from Darby. Nick Wayne, everything.
Yeah.
They absolutely destroyed Nick Wayne a
Ah,
couple of weeks ago.
details,
Nick Wayne wants
details.
retribution against them.
Yeah,
Kane
but after
killed
a while,
people.
you get tired of getting your
They
ass
came
beat
back to
after a
life.
while.
time. Look,
You
you see
can't beat
James
them, join them.
All right, I'm sorry. Go back, Mike.
AEW title, MJF versus Adam Cole, baby.
MJF.
MJF
Probably
walking out with it.
Maxwell.
MJF, because
Makes no sense.
Roddy Strong causes a distraction and Adam Cole loses.
How many freaking distractions are we gonna cause by Roddy? He's wait.
I
These are
think
opinions by
AEW.
different people.
It's
I think he
AEW.
comes out and turns on Adam Cole to help MJF win.
And then we get Adam Cole and Roderick Strong at All Out.
There we go.
That'll
Never seen
put
that
butts in
before.
seats.
What's
And-
next? Randy Orton versus John Cena?
I think Colorado comes back. Colorado comes back and does something.
Oh wait, and I said something about last week.
And Bobby Fish.
He's
Brad,
got a podcast on the Premier Streaming
And
Network.
nobody likes him anyway.
since I wasn't on last week, I get a couple extra seconds. I got a answer for one of your questions from last week about
Thanks for listening,
the
Mike.
Olympic movies. Ready?
Yeah.
Blades of Glory.
Yeah, it's good. I like
There you
Blaze
go.
of Glory. It's my there was that series. It was Ricky Bobby one, Talladega Nights, Blades of Glory, and then Semi-Pro. And my favorite
Wasn't
is
they like
Semi-Pro.
Shawn Michaels or something like that? Or John
Forget
Michael
about Walk
Michaels or
Hard.
something?
Walk hard.
That's pretty good. And Will Arnett in that is really freaking
And
funny.
a sample of that movie was used in a Jay-Z and Kanye song, People in Paris, I guess I'll say. And knows what that means, but it's provocative, keeps the people going.
And with those guys, I think they were Acclaim fans before the Acclaim came out because I like the scissor. Just saying.
Boy, howdy.
And last but not least, we mentioned this one guy earlier today, JD Hoop. Want to give a big shout out to JD Hoop because we now have new merchandise coming out. We have new shirts coming out at Angry Lemonade. You can see the KOC NWO style for life.
Very nice.
AngryLemonade.net, search Kickout Crew.
And thank you again to JD Hoop for everything you do for us. You
Very
you don't have enough to do with Cody Rhodes'
Real.
gear and everything.
And so we have new shirts coming out. We are going to have hats coming out and maybe a few
And
other little things.
Speedos?
You never know.
Ah,
I
I can't
mean,
wait.
If you see me in a show with it, then hey, we got them.
Very nice.
So yes, check it out. We got new shirts coming. Order yours today. That's what I got.
Wow. Kickout Crew for life.
Too sweet.
Kickout Crew's back, causing mass destruction. Guess who's here? The bad boys of podcasting. Boom. The red and black?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Mike. Good to have you back.
welcome.
Dynamite stuff.
And I took up the hour and 30 minutes we had.
And now, I guess it's my turn to talk. Well, as a lot of you know, the NFL season is upon us, and some would say it's the best sport in the world. And that person would definitely be me. Was I don't know. But I do love NFL football, and I cannot wait for the Dallas Cowboys to be your upcoming Super Bowl champions. And your Texas Longhorns, hook 'em, to win the Big 12 before going to the SEC and to win the national championship. I think it's going to be a good year for my Texas squads. I obviously, as football season gets a rolling on our show, you will probably hear a bunch of football talk. If you've watched our archives or listened to our archives, you definitely know that that is true. I think me and Brad had shit talking like 10 minutes every episode all football season last year. But I'm ready. And we're in the preseason right now, and I think that well, we are kind of in the preseason of our Premier Streaming Network voyage. And this is our maiden voyage on a network, and we wouldn't be on a network without your support of your show, because it's not, they didn't just see 5 listeners and was like, you know what, pick them up. It was a lot of feedbacks, a lot of retweets, comments, questions, just the social media flow of things. We trended a couple times, you know what I'm saying? And I think that type of exposure led them to, get us on the network. And with your help on your show, I think it's a beginning of a beautiful friendship and relationship. And, hopefully it turns into something great. And if you're not a member of Premier Streaming Network, I suggest that you sign up, because they have a bunch of content, bunch of podcasts. I don't know, Ted DiBiase, that's a pretty good one. RVD, they got Bobby Fish. Al Snow. I mean, they got a Rolodex of people. And our friends, Filter Free Podcasts, are on there. So as our journey into this Premier Streaming Network begins, I hope it goes good. And we're in the preseason right now. We're trying out some things, maybe work on the second and third string stuff, get the starters ready for the season. And moving forward, I think this will be a beautiful thing. And who's to say we won't go undefeated this season? Because why not? That's the spirit of the preseason.
I like that little 49ers jab you put in there.
Yeah.
Go Birds.
Fuck off. And so is it time for match 2?
Can't wait.
Are we ready for match 2, huh?
Just want to apologize up front. Go ahead.
So what is match 2, you ask? Well, it's the Big Show versus Rusev. Oh, from Fastlane 2017. It took place March 5th, 2017.
Wow, fuck. What the hell is this?
Mike just got triggered because Goldberg pictures on the video version. He was the headliner of that pay-per-view with Kevin Owens. But
No, we're not covering that match.
Oh no, but we may talk about it. Go ahead, James.
It took place from the Bradley Center. Wonder why this match was picked. The Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It had an attendance of 11,000. It had a match length, thankfully, of 8 minutes and 40 seconds. And Meltzer gave this one 2 stars. Mind you, our gold medal matches last week, I think they were both 1.25 or 1.5. This one,
Somebody was in a gracious mood today, wasn't he?
Boy. But hey, Devyn, how did we get there?
So 2 weeks before this Fastlane pay-per-view, the Big Show would have one of the best matches that he's had in the later half of his career, when the Big Show would go one-on-one with Braun Strowman in the main event of Raw. Braun Strowman would end up becoming the victor of that match, but also on that same exact Raw, the New Day would be named the host of that year's WrestleMania. So the following week, on the following week, the final Raw before this Fastlane, Rusev and his partner Jinder Mahal are coming out to try to confront the New Day, saying that they want a tag team match against them. And the New Day says, no, you guys actually have different opponents. So the New Day leaves the ring and tells them that they have different opponents. Well, Rusev and I'm sorry, I misspoke. They did fight the New Day. They did fight the New Day, and the New Day end up beating them when Jinder would get pinned. So Rusev immediately got all ticked off, and that was kind of the end of them on Raw that night. The Shining Stars, if you guys remember those two, they were the two that came out first to confront the New Day, saying they wanted to fight them. The New Day told them, actually, you guys would be going 2-on-1 with an opponent to be named later. That opponent would end up being the Big Show. And the Big Show would destroy Primo and Epico in that 2-on-1 match. So later in that week, it is now the Fastlane pay-per-view. And Jinder and Rusev have been at each other's necks ever since they lost their match to the New Day. So to start Fastlane, they said that they both won singles matches to General Manager Mick Foley. Mick Foley said, all right, I'll give you each a singles match tonight here on Fastlane. Just go out to the ring and decide who goes first. So Jinder actually went first. And after Jinder's match, this was Rusev's opponent.
So yeah, I'm really glad you did that, because this was confusing if you did not give that presentation. Watching this pay-per-view, you need that build that you just gave, because really there's like 3 matches, it seems like, that happen before this match happens. So I appreciate you doing that, because it was very, very confusing for sure. So we had
5 seconds before this, you see Rusev beating the hell out of Jinder Mahal.
Right.
You're like, what the hell?
It kind of reminds me.
Comes out.
It reminds me of kind of like a McIntyre and Sheamus a little bit, you know, how they used to they fight and then they fight together, then they fight each other. But Adam, isn't this more? So the Big Show, it has his entrance, okay, but then Adam, isn't this more of a TV presentation than a pay-per-view?
Oh yeah, God yes. This should be the get up match, go pee match, go get popcorn match, or match on Sunday Night Heat.
I agree. Like, this is more of like a TV show feel. You know, the pay-per-views, you more or less keep the story, like, these kind of things out of it, and you know, you mostly just have matches. But this was
who booked this crap?
Yeah, this is Raw-esque for sure.
This is Raw-esque for sure. It actually might not even be as good. You know. So all right. So who are the announcers, James?
Boy, Brad, I'm glad you asked. It is Michael Cole, Byron Saxton, and Corey Graves. And I do want to say that Byron Saxton and Corey Graves sound pretty identical on the commentary of this match.
These 3 guys, I used to love listening to these guys, because Corey and Byron would go back and forth with each other. And even during this match, I think they go back and forth jabbing. He makes a comment saying something about, well, you can go sleep in your car bed at your mom's house, Byron. And little stuff like that, man. It's entertaining.
And talk about well dressed, huh?
Sharp dressed.
Man, they are. They look good. So
Byron looks exactly like the Fastlane colors. Like he knew the assignment, you know?
Very solid. So Big Show with the big boot, Rusev Day chants, and then a big, big chop. So let me ask you something, Devyn. Is that the best chop of all time?
It's definitely in the top 2.
What
We've
would be
seen
number
the
one?
first one. We've seen the first one in the first match that we covered, and that
Charlotte
would be
Flair?
Charlotte / her father Rick's chop followed up with the big woo. I love Big Shows. He gets that big shh, gets the whole crowd to quiet right down and hear as loud as he can slap the opponent's chest.
That's how they do it in training too.
Hey, Brian, can you go back to that big shot, the wider shot? Shout out to that dude dressed as Demon Finn in the crowd.
And shout out to the guy on the right with the cool hat.
That's dedication right there, man.
Right beside him is the green shirt guy.
Yeah, and then right beside him is a overweight Bray Wyatt family guy. So.
Who was on the poster of this show? Who was on the poster?
There's Rhea Ripley behind.
Green shirt guy.
I can't.
The poster was
show.
On the poster was William Goldberg.
Fuck y'all.
Mike, did you like the original presentation of Lana and Rusev, or do you like the more current one here?
I like this one, right? The one like on the old one.
Why is
like
that?
the one that I just think that kind of worked out good. Lana had her like Russian accent, kind of make it feel more real.
Couldn't agree
kind
more.
of come out and did the.
Me or was
Oh.
Mike talking in Morse code?
Mike, you were breaking up a little bit there, but I do get what you said. I do like her with that strong accent, and she looks sexy as hell, and him not really talking. It was a really good presentation, I thought, of both. So, Big Show working like a giant. Devyn, is the crowd intrigued or confused by this match?
I definitely think the crowd's a little confused, but they're into it. They're fully behind Big Show kicking Rusev's ass.
So Rusev with absolutely no offense here. Adam, why are they showing Rusev so weak?
No, I think it's more or less showing Big Show strong because they, like Devyn said earlier, they put him against Braun Strowman a while back, and that was a pretty good match. So it was just him coming back in better shape, more endurance. So it was more or less to showcase Big Show more or less than Rusev looking bad.
Right. So Big
Was,
Show.
was this a surprise? All right, before this, did he know he was going to wrestle Big Show? Or was it kind of like didn't know who your opponent is?
Devyn?
Yeah, Jinder and Rusev both didn't know their opponents until they got to the
I think
ring.
that's got a lot to do with it too. He didn't know who it was. Big Show comes out, runs the match.
Kind of like a Taboo Tuesday.
Hey.
And if you're listening close enough, you can hear Big Show telling Rusev what to do.
I try not to, remember?
Clothesline. His day is bad.
Clothesline by Big Show. Rusev's knee to the knee of Big Show, finally getting some offense going. James, were you surprised how long Big Show was an active wrestler, considering his size?
Oh boy, this was going to sound rude. I was going to say active is a friendly term because
you did say it, James.
That run around the ring was something else. That's all I got to say. When Big Show ran around the ring and shoved Rusev into the barricade, it looked like the running at the beginning of Baywatch, slow motion. But okay, active, yeah. There's a lot of standing up, not many flat back bumps of old Big Show around this time.
Can't be easy for sure. I mean, your knees, everything is being just destroyed by your size, your heart.
Well, especially when they overexposed him a little bit in WCW, had him do drop kicks and shit like that.
Well, he's very athletic for
Father Time catches the big men way quicker than it catches the smaller guys. So
so let's get into this a little bit. Let's talk about someone like Satnam Singh, who obviously hasn't done a whole lot yet with his in-ring abilities. Should Big Show have ever been this athletic, or should he have always worked like a Satnam Singh is right now?
If you do it on Nitro, I think it's a bit much. If he would have done him like drop kicks, because remember there were a couple times he did drop kicks off the top rope.
Yeah, no, he was very athletic,
yeah.
very athletic. I mean, you can't call him a big man. He's a giant. I mean, he is a true giant. So Rusev is working on the knee.
You're muted, Mike, by the way.
So,
okay, wait, real quick. I was gonna say, I think he worked better like this, like in this era, than he did anytime. Okay. WCW was too athletic for a big guy, and then when he came to WWE, there for a long time, he was too. I think he was too big. Like he gained a bunch of weight and everything else. This time right here, I mean, he's in good shape. He's a big guy, and he can work.
So, Adam, what did you think of Big Show selling, though?
I say big man. I mean, you take his base out. What else has he got?
But isn't it always funny how and I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I just thought of something else. How obviously he's dominant, but then the littlest thing you do to him, he can go down for good. Why is that?
Because he's so big, it takes so much to get him up. So it's like when Yokozuna finally went down, he pretty much stayed down. And
that's what I mean. Like or like when Andre was body slammed. It's done. You know what I mean? That's it. It's just to me, I don't always agree with that because I think that it shows him as weak.
It's almost like they were playing the big man too much, to where once I'm down, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So
like my Achilles heel, I could stand up, take 85 clotheslines, no problem. Go down once, it's just like turtle on its shell type shit.
And it's always been that way, James. Always.
Yeah, it's weird. I never thought about it until you mentioned it. Like, I'll be damned.
So leg to the nose of Rusev, side slam by Big Show, close count, 3 count there, close to a 3 count. So, Devyn, what was it about Rusev that didn't click with Vince? And to be honest with you, is still not quite all the way, even with Tony and AEW.
Honestly, I'm not sure about AEW. What's going on with AEW? He should have a huge push there, more than one TNT Championship run, in my opinion. But in WWE, I think it was more of the backstage stuff that happened. Like right at the beginning of Rusev's career, when they were trying to give him a big push, and they kind of separated him and Lana for a little bit. They immediately went to TMZ, announced they were getting married and stuff, and canceled the entire storyline. So I think it was more a WWE not having the trust in them. Where I think a couple years after this, when like the whole Rusev Day movement was going on, I feel like that time would have been a more opportune chance to push Rusev than right here.
And shout out Aiden English, because he did a great job of helping him out through that.
But back then, they didn't want to have
Absolutely.
nobody that was over more than the business.
Yep.
Yeah, but they allowed it a little bit with Daniel Bryan. They allowed
But
a little
they-
bit with Kofi Kingston with their runs. Why
But
not
they
let
cut-
Rusev Day?
well,
Right,
they
Zack
cut off
Ryder
Rusev
and
Day.
Rusev Day, they were like,
Yeah, they cut
Zack
off
Ryder?
Zack Ryder, and they cut off Enzo Amore.
But things have changed because right now, if that
Yeah.
was true, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, even with him, though,
They were again.
yeah, they're cutting him off too. I think they're cutting him.
I think when the fans give them too much of a push and not in the direction that they're wanting, they just cut him off. Like
A little
LA
better.
Knight,
Yeah.
they wanted him to be a heel, and he became a babyface. Pretty much overnight, and he skyrocketed. That's
He's not
not
even,
what.
but he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything different.
He's not. But I mean, he's still coming out playing it. But the fans are giving him so much. They're like, that's not what we wanted. We want them to boom. So we're just gonna come out. We're gonna make him lose every match. And
Why are you saying they're not getting behind him when he just won that Slim Jim thing?
I think that was just a given. Like, here we go.
He was at the
hey,
Miz Monday.
they have to make the fans happy at some point.
The Miz is in him. That doesn't bother me. Is that, do you not like that, Adam?
No, I loved it. I mean, the Miz.
I
He's
think
a
I think that's
two-time
great.
Grand Slam champion, man.
I think you got to do something with him right now.
I think
mean,
Mike is referencing the Money in the Bank no win, and then like, oh, he wins some dumbass battle royal thing.
I get it, but then Cody didn't win the championship either.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm not just talking about LA Knight. I'm talking about with Rusev or Zack Ryder. I mean, there's so many people that
The B team.
Yeah, the Fiend, Jesus.
Right. There's so many so many times where a fan will get behind somebody and then they just trash them. Or if a fan is trashing somebody, they'll fucking put them over. Roman Reigns. I mean, for so long there, everybody was trashing him. They didn't want him.
They force fed him to us.
Right. And now this one right here, they're not giving us enough.
I got you. I agree with you on that. I mean, there's people they will go with the flow on, and there's people they won't. So I guess we're going to have to see what happens with LA Knight. I hope it works out.
It's kind of like they put people with the Miz to see if they'll sink or float.
Well,
like
you
they
heard what
did
Bully
with,
Ray said about him, right, Adam?
About the Miz.
Yeah, about the Miz and LA Knight's interaction.
He felt like Miz had a more of a.
Yeah, he did.
He had more of a leg up over.
He definitely said that, and nobody would have agreed with that. But Bully Ray, I mean, he is very smart in the business. I think he was right to a point.
Ciampa come out with the Miz. What's his name? Big guy come from Japan.
Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed. Put him right there with the Miz. It's like the Miz. They know the Miz is going to do good, and they're going to put you out there with the Miz. And if you can hang with him, then I think he'll get that push.
And he's a
Tommaso
company
Ciampa,
man.
Yeah, definitely.
He's definitely a company man. You got to give him credit for that.
Oh, I do. And I watch. He's going to come up later in the episode. So Rusev back to one knee, kick to the face of the Big Show, and again a kick, and then a third kick. Cover out of two. Tries to put Rusev in the
Three
accolade.
kicks. Three
Machkas.
Tries to put Rusev into the accolade, which is his submission move, but then it went into a choke slam by the Big Show. Straps down, another choke slam, and yet another
One more time.
Finally into it. Thank you, James. The crowd is finally into it. Big Show torturing Rusev at this point, looking for the knockout punch. Devyn, is that a convincing finisher to you?
Yeah. I mean, his hands
The
the size
fuck
of most
outta
people's
here.
head.
It's complete trash. He doesn't even hit him. There's so
What
many things
if
you
he-
can do with this guy.
If that man
And
was
you
to
answered
hit you
wrong.
with that
It's
fist,
predetermined, Brad. It's predetermined.
All right, Brad.
Real to me, damn it.
Next year, Top Guy Weekend. You
Big Show's
and
gonna be there.
Fist.
That's going to be 2 Top Guy weekends from now because I'm hitting it with a kendo stick next one.
Oh, well,
Bullshit,
I'm just telling you,
bullshit, Adam.
not
My
last year, but the year before that,
yeah.
After
I
that
was
kendo
outside
stick
when
hits you, you
he
won't
up.
get hit by nothing else again.
dude.
I just don't look, and there's just so much more you can do with a Big Show.
Hey,
My thing is, why wouldn't you just walk out, knockout punch, 1, 2, 3? It's my same thing I feel about that dumbass Superman punch. Why wouldn't you just walk out, bam, done? If that thing is so fucking powerful, why don't you just walk out, boom, outie?
I just think it doesn't look like he's hitting him to me. I'm sorry. So,
who
Adam-
was heel? Who was heel and face in this match?
I think Big Show's the face. At least
Well,
he,
Big
at least
Show
the
was
crowd
the
was killing him.
Crowd-wise, Big Show's face.
But Big Show was choking him in the ropes and all that other
Oh, they
stuff.
all
during the
cheat.
match.
Hogan cheated. What does that mean?
Oh, Stone
Yeah, but
Cold was the
Hogan's
biggest
Hogan.
heel of all time, biggest babyface.
The Rock was a heel and he was a baby face. What the heck? Everybody works heel. Everybody cheats. You
Yeah, but
cheat.
Big-
You
I-
cheated
I
when you
wanna
went
know
first
why
in
he's
line.
in the corner to give him the punch. Is that not? That's the only time he's done that, is it not?
What?
Drag him to the corner just to punch him. And
I've
then
never
pin
seen him punch in the corner like that. That looked
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I
And
mean,
it took him 5
I
minutes
didn't
to
like
get it
how he
ready
did that.
too. It's like he took a deep breath, looked at his fist, took a deep breath, kissed it, took a deep breath, went
Right.
back, took a deep breath, swung.
Anyway,
I mean, he had
he
to
pins him.
stand up, and turn around, boom, hit him. That's usually, would be it. But
So who became All right, so hold on a second. So he pins him. Who cares? Adam, I have one more thing. I'm not picking on the competitors this match because it's not either of their faults, but this is obviously terrible creative, right?
Oh yeah.
All right.
This
So-
is Bruce Pritchard.
chemistry.
I'm just kidding.
So
They actually had some pretty good storylines at the time. I'm sorry, but they
So,
had
Devyn,
some
I
good
was-
storylines. But this was a strictly Raw pay-per-view, so I feel like this was all filler.
Oh, gotcha. So who was
That-
the Universal Champ at this pay-per-view, Devin?
So at the start of this pay-per-view, it was Kevin Owens.
America's favorite cover band.
At
think
the
I've
end of
seen
this
it.
pay-per-view,
What do you think
give a
about
fuck.
seeing him in a suit? Is that not weird seeing him in a suit?
Go!
that was weird. But the
Yeah.
winner was not in a suit, and that was
Goldberg.
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 Mute.
Mike's
Just
Just
favorite
like what?
wrestler
A
of all
minute
time.
18 or something like that. It was a pretty quick match.
That's the way. It's just what he
That's
does.
when Bryant should have had the picture of Goldberg with all the belts around his waist.
Spear,
And how-
jackhammer, and out. Kind of my sex life right there.
So because I got the questions out a little, I just heard it. 2 questions. I got the questions out a little late this week because we made a pivot. Just 2 questions this week by our good friend Mike Gallagher from the Zip Code Bros. Which Bella twin do you prefer? Nikki.
In ring or out of ring?
Nikki either. Nikki. Matter of fact, she's number 1 overall on my laminated list.
I'm gonna say Brie.
Well, that's a popular answer, Mike. It's one of 2.
I think she hides it. Nikki likes to say everything, but I
They're
bet
both sexy. Dude, they're both sexy as hell. I mean, come on.
Out of ring, Nikki. In ring, Brie.
I'm going with Brie because she's got the health nut. She's
Yeah,
she's
that's why I
married
wanna
to
be
a
the
lumberjack. She's a really good businesswoman with her company Birdie Bee. Like she's just an
Lumberjack.
intelligent. She's a great person. So I'm gonna choose Brie.
Brian
Brie
Danielson's
Garcia.
a lumberjack. Does he sleep all night and he work all day?
I can't imagine
No,
dinner at
but
that house. Must
Their
suck.
house heats on wood.
That's
Oh,
that
I've seen
house-
it in Total
that
Bellas.
That dinner table is gross. Can you imagine what their shit smells like? Oh, gross. Freaking, they gotta use it. They better all have their own bathroom.
Probably a fucking outhouse because they don't want to do like indoor plumbing,
You know their shit is green. What about you, Adam?
Probably has acorns and all that crap in it too.
she wouldn't be like that if it wasn't for him.
Probably not, but they did find each other, and apparently they had a lot in common, according to Nikki.
got
I
2
have watched a
reasons-
few things.
2 reasons why I like Nikki better than Brie.
All right, that'll do it.
What's the next question, Brad?
Yeah.
Do you think WWE missed an opportunity with Rusev?
Yes.
He was very
Yeah.
popular before he left. Now, of course, we touched on this. Yeah.
100%.
When he had Edgar Allan Shakespeare walk out and do the Rusev Day thing.
I loved it. I loved it. Matthew, yeah, his name was Aiden Ringlish at the time. Yeah.
My buddy Jesse would always be like, "Oh, you're gonna bring out Edgar Allan Shakespeare," because he thought he was a combination of both. But yeah, Rusev Day was way over. I think they missed the ball with it, but I think we all do kind of.
I have a shirt.
I agree.
I do not have a Stone Cold shirt, an NWO shirt, or a Rock shirt, but I have a Rusev Day shirt.
I think at Lana and Bobby Lashley's wedding, when Rusev jumped out of a cake, he should have been pushed to the moon. Everyone was screaming over that.
Terrible.
How uncomfortable was Bobby Lashley and Lana for everyone else? I think Bobby Lashley the most. By the way, I heard
Liv Morgan was a part of that too.
that was funny. That was funny, and then it just went away. She was in a relationship with Lana. That was good.
That would have been better.
And then it was nothing. It was over. I know. Whatever. It was good. It was good TV. That's all.
Right.
Questions are done.
So those are all the listener questions.
Yep. Thank you, Mike Gallagher. Not you, Whitaker.
Right. Well, I guess it's time to get laughing because boy, a lot of our shit's a joke. But hey, let's keep these jokes flowing with the hottest rising segment in podcast today, yesterday, then, now, and forever. It is a Waka 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 with Adam. So, Adam, what you got for our premier streaming, network listeners?
Apparently nothing.
That's a white blank page.
That looks like a Jonesy page right there.
It's funny. I did the notes for the matches. There's 3 lines for the Charlotte Flair match, 4 lines for the Big Show Rusev.
I had 4 pages for the Charlotte Flair match.
If I didn't do the intros and all that stuff, I had 3 things on the first match, 4 things on the next one. Professional podcast. He already threw the notebook. Oh, okay, never mind.
All right. So, someone told me the other day that I had a booger in my nose. I said it's not.
Ha!
Not.
It's not.
Oh, waka waka waka.
So, what word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it?
Shorter.
Short. There you go.
Yes.
There it is.
So I just got an award, at the office for being like the most secretive person in the whole building. I mean, I can't tell you how much it means to me.
Yeah.
But then my boss tells me, he says, as a security guard, I need to watch The Office. I said, okay. So I'm on season 6 and I have no idea what this has to do with security.
I saw that one coming. I started laughing before you said it.
What's that got to do with being a security guard? This guy's an idiot.
Michael Scott.
Shout out Pam Beasley.
Shout out Pam Beasley.
So my security guard job didn't work out. It's a damn good show, though.
Yeah. One of my favorites. Till Steve Carell left and it kind of got a little shaky after that.
I've never seen an episode of The Office.
Oh, man, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
That's a great show.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you picking the Young Bucks over FTR?
I thought it was going to be more cow jokes.
Moving on.
That joke is still on the roof.
So is that all we waka in?
Somebody's walking on the roof.
Right. Well, Brad, it looks like it's time for what are we calling this one? GUK? Is this Guck? But Brad, I'll just let you explain it.
So we're gonna keep one. We're gonna use one once or watch one once, whatever it is, and then we're gonna get rid of one forever. Okay?
I got it. I keep James. I use Devyn once, and I throw out Mike.
What are you doing with me?
You'll find
Take
out
the
later.
hint. Take the hint.
I
So-
want to say it in front of the guys. They'll get jealous.
Because of Devyn's segment today, we're gonna go ahead with these 3. So which one you keeping? Which one you watching once? Which one you getting rid of forever? Family Feud, Jeopardy, Wheel, of Fortune. All right, Devyn.
All right, so the first one that I'm keeping forever is the Feud, Family Feud. I watch that almost every night before we go to bed. So I'm gonna continue doing that.
I can see you laying in bed and then somebody says something wrong and they get the X and you just look over Erica like,
What is
dumbass.
wrong with you?
Fucking dumbass over there.
It was
Hey.
Pepsi. It was Nitro Pepsi.
All right, the one that I'm hang out and have a little fun with is Wheel of Fortune. I just like spinning that wheel and watching it possibly land
Talk
on
dirty
whatever.
to me, pal. Talk dirty to me.
The one that I just got to get the heck out of here because I literally only know like one panel a show is Jeopardy.
That's the reason you keep it, because you're fucking uneducated. Younger generation, man. Fucking dumbing up my world, man. Dumbing up my world.
Go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm keeping for good is Family Feud, especially with Steve Harvey. He's fucking hilarious in it.
Yeah, he is.
It's funny. But he's no Richard Dawson, my friend.
Boy.
I don't know.
You want to talk about
Louis
things that
Anderson.
would not happen on TV in 2023.
Watch the archives if you haven't.
He's no
That guy
Louis
is
Anderson. I know that.
He
Hey,
is drunk.
I think he
and
made
is
out with every
kissing them
female
all.
contestant on that show.
It is some good shit. Welcome
And
to
on
the
Match
70s.
Game. He did the same thing in Match
Yeah,
Game,
match
too.
game too, and he dressed better. Go ahead. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
Keep forever one time. One time is Jeopardy. I do that one time, and then get rid of Wheel of Fortune.
All righty. Adam, what do we got?
All right, so which Wheel of Fortune are we talking about? Will Pat say Jack Vanna White or the new?
Come on, dude. It's been past Jack Vanna White for like 40 years.
Right.
Let's just
Not
keep it
anymore.
there for now.
Not anymore.
Wait,
I know,
really?
I know. It's Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest and somebody else. Too.
You just
I think it's
crushed
Nikki,
my heart.
I think it's Nikki Bella.
I'm switching my two. All right.
Go ahead, Adam. I made up Nikki Bella.
So I'm definitely keeping Family Feud because I love Steve Harvey. Use once. Wheel of Fortune because I like Vanna White. She can turn my letters any day.
Boom. That's what I'm talking about.
Jeopardy's not. I'm not smart enough for Jeopardy. So I gotta get rid of it because I don't know any of the answers.
Most of us aren't. I don't like the bar game, Devyn. I tried watching that. That's terrible.
Honorable mention: Price is Right.
Come on down.
I had Prices Right on here, and I crossed it out and put Family Feud.
Hmm.
Go ahead, James.
I am
but you can't
keeping Jeopardy because in an ever-changing world, we need to at least be educated every day on the why you. I don't know the answer, so I'm throwing it away. Then fucking learn something. What? Heaven forbid you learn something in a goddamn evolving world. Jesus
I learned to watch Snoop
Jones.
Dogg be wrong on Wheel of Fortune when he tried to guess all the puzzles. He got them all wrong when he tried to solve. Funniest Wheel of Fortune episode of my life.
In an ever-changing world, we need to be ever-changing with it. So I am going with Jeopardy so that we can, heaven forbid we learn something. My goodness. I can't
I
believe
live in
y'all are all
Alabama.
throwing it out. So I'm keeping Jeopardy so I can, expand as a person and learn new things and fucking get educated. I am using once. Probably Family Feud, because at least that is halfway-ish. Well, but it's more like, answer a question that 100, who knows what the mindset of these 100 people are when they answer these questions. So I'll keep that one. And I guess I'm going to get rid of Wheel of Fortune, although I do like that show, but, that's the name of the game is, keep, release, once, whatever that is. But yeah, I'm pretty disheartened that you guys chose to not get an education further, more and more. Here's the thing, you get smarter and smarter every episode of Jeopardy you watch. And that's probably the only game show where that really happens.
So I'm gonna keep Family Feud. I do love that show. I agree with Devyn. I don't watch it every night when I go to bed, pal. Maybe once a week, once every other week. But
Yeah,
I do enjoy it. It is a fun show, and Steve Harvey is fun, and Richard Dawson is wonderful as well. I am going to get rid of Wheel of Fortune.
You don't have any love for the dude that like got killed or whatever?
Ray Cohn? Yeah, I
Ray
do.
Cohn,
I have some. Wasn't he on? He was on some.
What about
WWF.
Al Borland? You didn't have no love for him? Louis Anderson?
I did
I
not
like-
have love for Louis Anderson. There you have it.
Damn.
I did not enjoy that time with Family Feud.
Is
Sorry,
it Al
Louis.
Borland?
Yeah, I don't know his real name. Richard
Kern.
Kern. There it is.
Yeah.
But I think Ray Cohn was on one of the wrestling shows. Wheel of
Yeah.
Fortune, getting rid of that. And I'm going to keep Jeopardy and watch it once. Fun fact about my father: he's a very intelligent guy. Used to get a lot of these answers right. I don't get any right. Maybe one, if there's a wrestling category, I'm pretty good. Other than that, so my mom would actually keep track of everything, right? How he was doing when we were kids. You know, it was a different time. We had less to do, and at the end, he would always bet it all and lose it. And it was like all that adding up she did was for nothing. I loved it. So, all right, I got two more. I don't know if you guys want me to do both or just one. We are running a little short on time, so let's just do one. We're gonna go with. I was watching The Boys the other day, and I'm in season 2 of The Boys. I don't know if you guys watched. That's on Amazon Prime. It's pretty good. Kind of an anti-hero kind of show. So 3 worst candy bars ever were the one superhero's favorite. So we're gonna go with the 3 worst candy bars, which I think she's right on the money. Almond Joy, Bit O' Honey, Charleston Chew. What are you doing, Devin?
So
No Googling.
Almond Joy is the one I'm keeping forever. I love me some Almond Joy.
Because it's got nuts, right? That's why you like it, because it's got nuts.
It's got almonds,
Not a nut,
and coconut and chocolate. It's delicious. I could eat. Well, I was gonna say at least one a day, but that'd be unhealthy. So, Charleston Chew.
All that nut in your mouth. And all
Well, at least
the-
you're walking home.
Charleston Chew is the one I am gonna eat once. I'd have another Charleston Chew in my life. And then the Nut O' Honey, I'm not sure what that is. So
Bit O' honey.
Bit O' Honey, bit.
Nut O' Honey.
He said nut O' honey.
But there are nuts
sorry.
in it. There are nuts in it.
Yeah, that's your that's the wedding night.
So of course that's always Devin's answer for the other game we used to play. By process of elimination, Bit O' Honey.
Bit of honey
Alright.
was like a smaller thing on a little stick, and it was
Oh.
like caramel. Caramel. on
Is it
stick.
like Sugar Babies?
No,
Sugar Babies in a pack? It's like the Sugar Daddies almost.
it is not.
Kind of.
Does it have nuts in it?
No, not Bit of honey.
Bit O' Honey's.
Bit of honey's a small one. Never mind. That's the small one in the red. Right.
No Googling, Brad.
Bit
I
of
did
honey's-
Google these before I put them on a piece of paper.
Bit of honey's in the red wrapper with the yellow on it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
I'm
I
doing
don't know.
Sugar Daddies.
Neither one. Neither.
Neither one, you know, 3.
Nope. I'm a Reese's dude, and that's it.
All right,
Reese's
you
and
gotta
milk.
make some choices, pal.
All right, Bit of Honey. I'm gonna kill.
Kill. You mean get rid of? You mean get rid of?
Get rid of. I'll get rid of Almond Joy because I hate the almonds.
You get rid of Bit O' Honey and Almond Joy?
Yes.
You can. You got to keep.
Get rid of all 3 of
Can we play
them.
the
I would
game?
not eat. I would not eat either one. Like none of them. I won't. I won't eat.
Sam, I am. I
Amy,
do not
you
like green eggs and
changed.
ham.
I'm not gonna eat either one. Like none of them. I'm not gonna eat them.
Keep the Almond Joys forever and give them to me.
I can't believe you can't play the game properly. We had to answer your dumbass questions.
It must
I
be
know.
a red hair
First of
thing.
all, my
Amy,
questions were-
Mike, it must be a red hair
Uh.
thing to do this.
Like I'm not gonna eat those though. So I'm not gonna even guess.
No, thanks for playing, Mike. All right, go ahead, Adam.
You should have said like Reese's, Snickers, and
No, it's supposed to be hard, asshole, and that is what she said.
It's supposed to be the 3 that nobody likes.
Correct.
Yeah.
So-
It's
Well,
supposed to be fun, bro.
I'm keeping the
Russo
Bit
in
of
you.
honey because the Bit of honey is actually pretty good. Use once Charleston Chew just because Eminem says it in one of his raps. That's the only
Great
reason why.
answer.
And I'm getting rid of Almond Joy because anything with nuts, I don't want it near my mouth.
Okay, again,
They're
Bit O' Honey
almonds.
has nuts in it.
I'll eat the
Bit of
mounds.
honey has a little bit of honey in it.
Go ahead, James.
Well, you know, sometimes you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't. And that also explains some of my Saturday nights. But I will say that Almond Joy is one of my good. I like Almond Joy, like coconut, like almonds, you know. And sometimes feel like a nut. And that's what never mind. So Almond Joy is gonna be the one that I keep. And man, I would say that Charleston Chew would be the one-time go. And whatever the other, my bad.
Bido Honey.
Bido Honey, see ya.
So just heads up here. Bido Honey has small pieces of orange in it.
Those things. I like those.
No, you can't have them now, Mike.
I like
Too
those.
bad. You don't have any of it.
Yeah,
get no
you hate
candy.
them all, remember?
You come to my house, you're getting an apple.
He said something about a
I
stick.
like how Mike says he likes those. He has physically opened the wrapper, digested them, and then when it comes down to it, he's like, well, I don't know what any of these are. Like, so what, are you just eating random shit? You don't know what it is? I had a friend in college who used to do that with drugs. He would show up at our house and be like, hey, can you guys Google this? He knew people in the science department, and he'd be like, hey, can you guys Google this? I just took this. They say it's an experimental drug. And we Google something, like tell him, the side of yeah.
I did say it on Google. I'm not going to say that again.
Google. And Adam
Right, so
said something about honey bit things being on the stick.
I said
Sugar
Sugar
daddies.
Daddy's on a stick.
No.
Sugar daddy.
You like sugar daddies more than sugar babies?
Sugar daddy
Yeah, 'cause
is
it's bigger.
the one on the stick. Sugar
Yeah, and the
babies.
sugar babies are like little guys.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sugar babies will put you in jail.
Yeah. Okay. Well, those ones I'd keep.
You know, I had a roller the other day. That was pretty freaking good. Anyway, I'm going to get
Snickers
rid
is
of
the
all.
best. I don't even know what we're talking about.
I had a
What is
payday
Snickers?
today.
I'm not a nut guy. I'm really not, but
You ever had a
Snickers
cow?
ice cream bar? Now we're talking.
What about the cowtail?
Choco Taco.
no, I'm out on the cowtail. The cowtail makes me sick halfway through it.
What?
So
I like
you get
cocktails.
a small one.
Speaking of cows, next week I'm going. No, I'm not.
What about the
I'm-
Hawaiian Punch Bomb Pops?
You know, what do you think?
I don't know.
I like now and later's too, but what are we doing?
Yeah.
So I'm getting rid of Almond Joy. First off, I'm not crazy about nuts or coconuts, so the combination doesn't work for me. Almond Joy's got nuts.
Mounds don't because.
It's funny,
Sometimes you feel like a bing,
Because
sometimes
last
you
night-
bong.
Last night you were. Never mind.
Yeah, there it is. Bido Honey. I am going to eat it once. I'm going to suck it up with the nuts, I guess, for once. And I am going to forever eat Charleston Chews because there's no nuts in them. Thank God that's over. All right, back to you, James.
Brad calls that Friday night.
Oh, Brad. I'm not even gonna repeat what you just said.
Oh, good. I mean, everybody heard it.
Man, I'm as red as that lampshade right now. That was funny. as hell. Hey, yeah, I'm as red as the Georgia.
What's the deal with red lampshades?
Sucking up.
Undefeated this year.
So I guess
Prediction. That's a spoiler.
after all this candy talk, it's time to see what everybody's watching. So, Devyn, what's on the demographic this week?
So my Devyn's demographic has kind of been touched by everyone already this week because football is back.
I don't like
We
how you
got
said
college football. We got the NFL.
Phrasing.
We're all excited.
that.
Football's back.
Don't you ever accuse me of touching your demographic?
You were definitely around my demographic a lot today, Adam.
Oh, we're all thrilled football started.
I
You know
wish
that,
you would quit
Devin.
telling everybody. That's between me and you, Devin.
You're decked out in something that my demographic would wear. Except they'd
smart-
be all orange and
You have a
Syracuse
strong
robes.
demographic in Georgia? Boy,
No,
we're
they'd
hitting
be
them all
orange
on all
and
cylinders.
Syracuse
Talk,
colors.
Devyn. It's your demographic. Go. Own the segment.
So
Alright.
what are you?
You guys already talked about it. We're good, yeah. Well,
Football.
all right, who's
Your
everyone's
Devyn's
teams? Claim
demographic
them
is, hey,
again.
football's coming up. No shit.
Yeah.
Like, you have nothing to add to that?
Well, football is back. I was gonna ask everyone to claim your teams. But you kind of already told us you're a Cowboys
I'm gonna
fan.
claim-
Adam's
I'm gonna
decked out
claim-
in Georgia.
I'm definitely gonna
Mike's
claim
been
the
talking
Eagles.
about Georgia all day. And yeah, of course.
I'm a
Brad's
Notre
gonna
Dame.
claim the Eagles.
I'm a Notre Dame fan, but and I was kind of rooting for West Virginia last year, but she's not going back, so back to Notre Dame.
Oh, was it almost heaven?
Good one.
Devin, what college team do you pull for?
Syracuse. They're not that great, but they're in the ACC, so We have a lot of tough competition, and they're only about an hour and 40 minutes from my house. So I try to
Sounds
catch a
far.
game
What are
couple-
they? The mean orange or
couple
something?
times a year.
What are they?
They used to be the Orange Men. Now they're just the Orange.
Hey, you may run into Antonio, doesn't he like them?
Is Orange Cassidy
Yeah.
their like mascot? Or
Shout out
Santos,
Antonio
friend of
Santos.
the show.
No, Otto, the
Doesn't he
big
like
orange.
them?
So they're
Is the
just the
mascot.
orange? They're not the orange men anymore?
Nope, just the orange now.
Are they still that stupid circle?
Yeah, just the big orange.
do the football
All right.
players put their hands in their pockets or?
Maybe, I don't know.
You don't get it?
Oh,
It's
oh,
Orange
Orange
Cassidy,
Cassidy
bro.
does.
Yeah.
My bad. I was thinking about Sean Tucker and like
Where is your
the
mind?
the good Syracuse players.
By the way, thanks, Brian. Survivor Series 93 had Ray Combs in it.
There's good Syracuse players.
Good job, Brad. That was
I don't read
There it
this
was.
as often as I should.
But my demographic, go watch football. Apparently, go watch Survivor Series 93. Back to you, James.
amazing
Money
shit.
In the bank from WrestleMania 23.
Oh God.
Kevin
So,
Owens and
when you're-
John Cena. Oh, I
You
was
good?
supposed to read
Like,
that.
are you good? Are you good?
I was
I'm good.
reading what was on the screen.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh,
Well, hey, when it comes to watching football, boy howdy, it would be fun to tailgate and eat some things, right? So on this week's Mike's Meat Minute, what do you got for us?
Well, today I have a taco bake Fritos. How about that? So what would you need for this? You need 1 pound of ground beef, 1 packet of taco seasoning. You need 3/4 cup of water. You need some Frito chips to taste, 1 can of cheddar cheese soup. I have no idea what the fuck that is, but I think it's a liquid soup or liquid cheese. 1/2 cup of milk and 8 to 12 ounces of shredded cheese. Top desire. What you do with this
Toppings
one?
as desired.
Yeah. You brown your ground beef, prepare it for the taco meat, and add the seasoning to it. Pour enough Fritos into a 9x9 pan to cover the bottom. Top of that with the taco meat. Combine the can of cheese soup and milk in a saucepan and heat through to smooth it out. Top with taco meat with cheese sauce. Top with cheese, the shredded cheese, desired to taste. Bake at 350 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes until bubbly. Serve with lettuce and other toppings.
Mmm,
And this
that looks good.
actually is pretty good. It's like a little taco salad chip type deal.
Very nice.
You make
indeed.
that?
I didn't make that one, but I made it before.
That's cool. It sounds good.
You think I could substitute
It
the
looks
Fritos
good.
for Doritos?
Yeah, you can do Doritos, you can do Cheetos, you can do
Just not a huge Frito guy.
ranch Doritos, you can
I
do
bet the Cool Ranch
chips,
would be good.
sour cream chips, whatever you want.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Funyuns?
go with
Fun. Hey, you know Funyuns have a chip out now? Like it's a chip that's a Funyun.
You know what's an underrated chip? Munchos.
That,
Oh,
hey, that is true.
And
Munchos
the,
are a really great chip.
Very underrated chip.
hot ones, those hot fire stick things.
Salt and vinegar.
Chicharrones or pork
Oh,
rinds,
yeah.
or what are you talking about here?
No, the hot ones, the hot chips.
Takis.
Takis, yes, there you
Through
go.
that, I did that one chip challenge and I
Yes.
got fucked up.
Those are real good. Dude.
Sabratinos, huh? They're good chips.
Yes, those are real good doing. So yeah, do something like that. It's quick, it's easy, and it's delicious. It's a nice little snack on the side while you're watching a football game.
It is.
That's my Mike's Meat Minute. Mike's 30 seconds.
Hey, I appreciate that. That was good stuff. Well, I guess it's time to figure out what we're doing next week. So hey, what are we doing next week?
So we're going to have friend of the show on, Josh Fields, Top Guy Josh Fields. We had so much fun over with Top Guy Weekend, and we always enjoy interacting with him. Really good dude. He picked 2 matches. One is from Money in the Bank from WrestleMania 23. No names needed. And Kevin, that's just the Money in the Bank match. And Kevin Owens versus John Cena from Money in the Bank 2015. So looking forward to having Josh on. Long time coming.
So Money in the Bank theme.
Yeah, it is. Just kind of like a Fastlane theme during Payback. It's the way we like to do things.
I guess so.
Hey, Josh Fields had 2 jackasses during Top Guy Weekend. It was me and my dad, and he, gave us rides to places. Greatly appreciated. Josh has been a long time homie and supporter of the show for sure. So I can't wait. He's a good dude, and hey, maybe he'll have something to promote when he comes on our show. Stay tuned.
And just a heads up, his segment's gonna be called "I'm Not Joshing Ya."
Oh, waka waka waka!
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I know. I just had to say it because I was
Because
excited.
technically he is joshing us.
It's better than Jonesy's jokes.
Oh, here we go. Speaking of Jonesy, he's got to get on here soon too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway, that's it, James.
We have a list of people who want to come on the show.
ain't that the truth? And if you would like to be on the list, because sometimes we may not reach out to you, but you can always reach out to us at Kick Out
Look
Crew.
who we are.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But Kick Out Crew on Twitter, if you'd like to be on the show, hey, send us a line. That's all I got to say about that. And so are the tape machines rolling?
Yeah, I'm tired, right?
And I'm tired of you, so I guess it is time to get this going. Yeah, you set that one up easy.
Hey,
Yeah,
can we
you
say
can
happy
do-
birthday to
that's the whole
Anthony Powers?
Whatever.
Happy belated birthday, Anthony Pyrus. By the
Yeah, I
time
saw
this
3
drops,
pictures
happy
of him.
belated.
Don't forget Lindsay. It's Lindsay's
And
birthday
Lindsay.
too.
I want to say happy birthday to
Yeah.
Lindsay.
Happy birthday,
and
Lindsay.
Anthony, shout
Anthony
out.
had his shirt off 3 different pictures I looked at of him today.
Yeah.
I'm good, bro.
So
Happy birthday, Lindsay. Belated birthday. And whatever, Anthony.
Happy belated birthday to Lindsay, to Frank, to Anthony. There were so many, to Rob Hewitt. There were so many ad-free shows and friends of ours'
Yeah,
Yeah, like a
birthdays
month
last
ago
week.
now.
Happy birthday.
Right? Happy belated. We're so good at this. We're the best.
Yeah. Thanks for
Happy
listening.
belated. Yeah,
Happy
he
birthday,
said you, but he
Brian.
said Brant.
Happy
Brian's birthday is
birthday, Brian.
Yeah, he said
How the
Brant.
hell did you forget him, Devin?
Happy
that was
birthday, you
yesterday.
jobber.
Is today his birthday?
Hey, this is an inside joke for Bryant. Devin did say happy birthday to you. He said happy birthday, Rob. And that's a Pirates shout out also. Where's your hat? Where's the hat at? Yeah, it's an inside joke, which all of our listeners love. But it appears that it is time to get it going. So do I need to introduce everybody? Because or are we just rolling? Let's just roll on down to the conclusion. Well, once again, this is your show, The Kickout Crew, and videos are exclusively on Premier Streaming Network. We do have bonus stuff, which Adam just dropped a interview on our YouTube, and our YouTube stuff will have all of our bonus content. But for these video episodes, so you can see the hilarity for yourself, because it's much more than audio. The video is where you get the real picture, as some would say. Huh? Thanks. That's a good one. And you can get that exclusive on Premier Streaming Network. And hey, why aren't you signed up for Premier Streaming Network? I mean, we mentioned it earlier, and that was just like a fraction of the content that Premier Streaming Network offers you. And the cool thing about these networks is it's click on demand. You can watch it whenever you want to and whenever you need to. And speaking of that, sometimes our show, maybe you need to have a relax from, life's daily struggles. Maybe you need to just sit back and, just have some me time and forget, the things that stress you out and all that, and just have a fucking time where you can enjoy what life gives you and what life offers you. And also you can enjoy the laughs and camaraderie and friendship that we have here. And I think that is what the Kickout Crew, your show, is all about. Because, man, life will hammer you down and it will try to pin you. And, hey, it may even knockout punch you sometimes. But guess what? You never give up, ever. Because no matter what happens, you have the power to kick out. So, as we say on your show, when life gets you down, always kick out at 2. Because that's what we do. That's what you do on your show, The Kickout Crew. Reach out to us on Twitter, Kickout Crew, YouTube, Kickout Crew, Premier Streaming Network, Instagram, all of your socials. And hey, have a damn good week. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Peace.